Hello everybody, this is Lizelle.
And this is Tracy.
And what we're doing is, well, I was going to say we're cooking dinner, but actually if truth be told, Tracy's cooking dinner and I'm her moral support right now. Go Tracy, go Tracy. So Tracy has decked me out in this fine shirt. And Tracy, why do you have two of these shirts?
I have two of these shirts and many others in my closet that my ex-husband, the narcissist, was such a spendthrift that when we would go to stores, shoe stores, clothing stores, he would just like rip stuff off the racks and make me try it on. And if I said no, he would still go and put it at the counter and buy it. So at least 4 or 5 times we'd get home and I'm like, I already have that shirt. And he would be like, well, now you got 2. So there's all
Thank you, ex-husband.
there's all this stuff. And I'm like, well, you know, if we're gonna like do a little spoof here together for narcissists, how cool is it if we match?
Mm-hmm. Apparently Tracy said she's the good one since she's now wearing the white and I'm wearing black.
Yeah, well, sort of we decided it's more Thelma and Louise, however.
Yeah, time for a selfie.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, we're matching. That's good. So tell me what you did today, because you had something really cool happen.
I did. I've been writing a little bit of an article for Elephant Journal. So I've had a few things published with Elephant Journal before, and it's such a great platform for mindful living and for growth and for personal development. And so I've been submitting an article, it's submitted, an article that deals very much with our experience, our shared experience, but also coming out of that, moving forward. Now, what nows? What are we going to do now? And it's been fun. I have very much trouble limiting myself to 1,000 words because obviously it's a much bigger story than 1,000 words. But that's cool, and it's done now, so it's very exciting. Can't wait to see it in print.
I know. Well, when it comes out, because it's going to, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
We'll put a link on it. Maybe
Yes.
we'll highlight it in some way, just because Elephant Journal is a great place to go. And she taught me about it. I didn't even know until recently.
Yeah, it's a great resource as well. And in fact, even if you guys want to check it out, you should. It has some wonderful articles, not just on narcissists and empaths and that kind of thing, but it's really on moving forward, on getting to the next stage of moving through pain and moving past the obstacles and the challenges of your life.
Yeah.
And you? What did you do, Miss Tracy?
Well, I had a revelation last night, actually, because of something that I did really in this new healing stage, in this new place of my life, not living in fear. You know when you take out your fall clothes, and you have things in there, and some clothing brings back memories. So I had this wonderful pair of shoes that was my ex-aunt-in-law. And I wanted to, the memories came flying back. And so I reached out to her and sent an email yesterday and said, I'm coming to New York, I would love to see you. And it was really spurred on by the fact that I had this thing about the shoe that she had given me. And so I reached out, and of course, I forgot that she is the sister of my ex-father-in-law. How could I forget that? But it was so innocent. It was so just, but it really made me think in a way that I hadn't in a while. Okay.
And
Action. So it made me think about the fact that my ex-family has probably gone around and had flying monkeys and sabotaged and lied and told stories about me, just like it's a smear campaign, right? It's I'm sure. And because it's been 4 years, I really didn't even think about that, because I just learned about the narcissist with this jerk. Not you.
no, not me. I'm not the jerk. No.
But I just learned about it, so I'm applying all of these things I'm learning to 3X. It never occurred to me that 2X and his family did the same thing. I just didn't know it because I didn't care.
Can I ask you a question? Like, just for me, can you tell me again what a flying monkey is?
A flying monkey is a term that they use. It's based on the Wizard of Oz, that a narcissist uses one of your friends to almost re-abuse you, re-victimize you by telling them false stories kind of before you get out and say your story because you're so in shock. They get out there and they start using these people to poison them against you. And so you're kind of taking someone, just like the monkeys did the witch's work. Now a flying monkey in the narcissist world is somebody that's going to say bad things about you or not be on your side. They're basically trying to win them over before you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's not cool, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Well, none of this is cool.
No.
But I think that we all need to kind of understand all the different pieces. And for me, not thinking about like the past and all of these things. Wow, that was a big one, and just I wasn't thinking. But it's all good.
It is all good.
Yeah.
It is all good. And for me, it's been such an education because I may or may not have said on video before, but I know nothing about narcissists or narcissism. My only exposure to that is through sort of mass or mainstream media. And so when I hear terms like flying monkeys, and Tracy has used a couple of other terms, I really have to ask what that is. I do recognize it when the description is given. I see how it has played a part in
Behaviors.
in behaviors, and I think what I love about that is that I feel a little bit more empowered, and I feel a little bit more knowledgeable, and I feel a little enlightened. So it's kind of adding to my toolkit of looking after Lizelle. I think
because it helps you understand that this wasn't just the pattern of one. This is the pattern of all of those psychopathic narcissists. And I was reading a statistic in the Love Fraud book recently. It was 12% of the population is most likely to have been thought of being narcissistic. Or she calls it sociopath or narcissistic, same game. But if you think about that 24%, 12%, and we double it, because they're each going to affect at least one person. Some will affect a lot more, but just think of that. That's then 24% of, the world that is affected by this. And that's why we need to raise awareness, because it's growing. And if we don't know the signs, how do we know for the next time?
Absolutely. So what do you think is the most important thing you learned today? What's our lesson for today?
Our lesson today is definitely about the just looking at the patterns of things that have happened in our life, not necessarily just for that one narcissist that you might have recently had, but look at like your parents or your siblings or anyone else, that your boss, somebody that you didn't like their behavior. If you start to look at those like red flags in other ways, you're gonna get stronger because you're gonna see it. And don't be like a narc paranoia, but just kind of understand it. I think that's my lesson. How about you?
Yeah, I think for me that was quite similar actually. I feel so enlightened in being able to identify things that I couldn't see before, perhaps. And something really struck me today. I was talking to a friend and I realized that we really build up our expectation of a partner by filling in the gaps and not allowing that person to present themselves in their fullness to us. So sometimes, I know I've been a very fanciful person in the past. So when somebody appears in front of me and they're giving me little bits of information and little snippets of themselves, I tend to fill in the rest with my fanciful idea of what that ideal relationship looks like with them. And I have not in the past allowed it to unfold and allowed them to be who they really are through their actions and not just their words. And I have filled in the bits so prettily. And I think the most important lesson for me today is to learn that I should allow people to just present themselves as they actually are, take a step back, and know that if it's meant to be, it will unfold in the time that it should, and that it will. It will do that.
Yeah, and if they fill in the blanks versus us in our brains, I
much
wonder
more
how more
realistic.
surprised we'd be because it'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, and I thought you were that,
Yeah.
Totally. It's like on Jurassic Park where they filled in the DNA with frog DNA.
Perfect.
Is there a word for that? Because then we could name what you just said.
That's perfect.
like
We'll think of a name.
Jurassic-
We'll make it a Lizelle and Tracy name, like a real missing link kind
it's
of
the
a
missing
thing.
link, and we
Yeah.
fill it in. So, oh my God.
Yeah,
So we had good lessons.
absolutely. It was perfect.
Now I think my dinner's ready.
Good. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye.